How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another video, and today we are going to be talking about my personal favorite manhwa of all time. Hold on, watermelon break. You know what's depressing is that it's not that good of a watermelon. Evil or villainous MCs. If you're watching this video, you probably really enjoy watching or reading about evil MCs. I mean, there are so many different types of them as well. I mean, we've got just absolute crazy MCs that kill for fun. We've got weak evil MCs that are like so intelligent that they completely make up for it. There's evil MCs that have a lot of character development where they didn't want to be evil, but they were pushed to the point of being evil almost against their own will, and a whole lot of others. But then you have my favorite type of evil characters, which are ones that deserve an Oscar. The ones that are superb, splendid actors. So they're not only schemers, but great actors as well. I mean, these types of evil MCs can encapsulate all of the ones that I talked about and more. In my opinion, the art of a well-written evil MC is not in the evil acts that they have done, but instead can be found in the facade that they put up to fool those around them. For example, looking at Feng Yuan with Reverend Insanity, we see a man with many different personas, and just to name a few, we have Feng Zhang, who is just a boy looking to relocate his clan, along with the Black Demon or the Little Beast King that kills everybody that annoys them. The art of a character seemingly flipping a switch to turn into a character to be despised, to be loved, or to seemingly just be completely overlooked is where I find the most satisfaction when it comes to an evil MC. But the sad thing is that there's not a whole lot of them out there. And I mean, there are kind of a lot of them out there, but a lot of them tend to be really poorly written. The author has a goal in mind that they want their evil MC to fulfill, and it ends up just being done completely wrong and poor and just turns into a really hard read. So I'm going to put you on to a manhwa that not only has over 100 chapters, but can also be compared to Feng Yuan in many different ways. We have Gu Chengyi with the manhwa I Am the Fated Villain. Now, I think it's actually pronounced Gu Chongge, but not only does my sucky pronunciation kind of sound offensive, but the little voice in my head reads it as Gu Chengyi, so for the sake of not getting canceled and making a proper video, we're just going to go with Gu Chengyi. Now, before we get too deep into anything, I do want to let you know that this man, Gu Chengyi, is a terrible individual. He does some horrific things that I do not condone. So I just kind of wanted to let you know and warn you, if you do choose to read this, that he is not a like sunshine and butterflies type of guy. He's a horrible human. Now, I Am the Fated Villain is such a beautifully done story, but it has a very basic starting premises. So the concept of describing the start is very basic. You have a soul that transgressed into the body of a young master of a super powerful family. This sounds way too basic. Oh, and it's into a cultivation world to top things off. Now, this cultivation world is divided into higher realms and lower realms. So a strong person or someone that has the means to do so can traverse through these realms. Upon waking up, the soul inside of Gu Chengyi's body sees the Fortune's Chosen, or the world's protagonist, sitting in front of him, vowing to take revenge on him for stealing his girl. So right off the bat, we get right into a good old almost NTR situation. Upon this sight, he awakens the villain system. This system analyzes the level of luck in the world and the level of luck that others have. And depending on the person's luck, the more Gu Chengyi can benefit. Gu Chengyi has the opportunity to siphon off the luck points from others, and he can do so through various different ways, such as making the Fortune's Chosen heart waver. Then he can spend these points on talents, bloodlines, techniques, and various other things that the system allows him to. And this doesn't fully encapsulate what the system is. There's also these things called fate points, but I'm not going to delve into that. If you want me to make a whole video describing the system, I can. Just let me know in the comments. Now, this story is quite a confusing premises before Gu Chengyi ended up in the body. Normally, with your average isekai / transmigration / transgression thing, You get a full-on description in the beginning of the manhwa. I believe it may do it in the light novel, but in the manhwa, it only encapsulates the awakening of Gu Chengyi inside of this body. So for spoilers' sake, we're not going to delve too deep into the soul that is inside of Gu Chengyi's body. But let me say this, it adds a truly unique side to the transmigration and transgression trope. And keeping this in mind, Gu Chengyi possesses what is known as a demon heart, or the demonic heart, which resides inside of his body. It's his heart that slowly corrodes his personality, turning him completely and utterly evil. And in a previous timeline without the system, Gu Chengyi conforms to this demonic heart and turns into a completely and utterly evil human. But now, as the system awakened at the age of 21, it cleansed all of the demonic corrosion that was going on inside of his body, allowing him to be both good or evil whenever he desires. Now, using Feng Yuan as a reference, Feng Yuan is a character known for his relentless pursuit of power, his cunning, and his ability to manipulate others without them even realizing they're being manipulated. Gu Chengyi, on the other hand, brings a new dimension to this archetype. Gu Chengyi is not just a schemer, he is a masterful actor, much like Feng Yuan is. But in Gu Chengyi's place, he plays the role of a charming, righteous young master who is looked at as a hero on the surface, all while executing his dark and meticulous evil plans behind the scenes. And this duality makes him incredibly captivating to read about. I mean, bro is literally the young master of one of the biggest clans, acting like a righteous man when he's really one of the most evil humans in existence. Now, Gu Chengyi is such a unique character due to the fact that he can maintain his facade so flawlessly. He manipulates those around him with ease, always staying several steps ahead, much like Feng Yuan. But while Feng Yuan's ruthlessness is more overt, Gu Chengyi's charm adds a layer of complexity that makes his villainy just as or even more intriguing than Feng Yuan's. So where Feng Yuan performs acts of ruthlessness to make a statement or with some purpose in mind, Gu Chengyi's actions envelop the thought of,
oh, such a righteous man would never do something like that.
And due to his life before the system, he did some completely and utterly ruthless things, like ripping out his little sister's Dao bone. So another thought that can be found due to Gu Chengyi's impeccable acting is,
oh, maybe he's changed. Maybe he's not the same man that hurt me in the past. Maybe he's actually a good lad now.
Gu Chengyi is an Oscar-winning actor that deserves you at least giving this manhwa a try. Now, I need your help. I have decided that our community will be creating its very own sect, where I'm going to be the sect master. And anybody that subscribes or joins the Discord will be looked at as one of the sect's disciples. But what is a good sect name? I'm really bad at naming things, so please help me out. So far, we have the Beggar Sect, but then that poses the question of, do you want to create a whole new sect, or do you just want to stick with the sect that already has been named? I'm also creating a Patreon, so look out for that in the future. And if you enjoyed this video, please don't hesitate to hit the subscribe button, maybe leave a like, maybe check out all the socials up here, and join the sect by subscribing or joining the Discord, or both. And don't forget to turn on post notifications. All right, I hope you all have a wonderful day, night, morning, afternoon, sunrise, sunset, whatever time it is for you. I hope you have a great one because you deserve it. I love you all so much, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.